Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today I have my little cheat sheet here. Today we're going to ask what is triggering the separation this week. We are going to do some mirror work. What is triggering the separation this week? So we are going to pull some trapped emotions that might be trapped that maybe you're not conscious of. Maybe maybe you are conscious, maybe you're unconscious. Anyway, we're going to do that for the DM, for the DF. This will be for the DM pile. This will be for the DF pile. But please know that you can switch it if you resonate more with the DM. Also, you can see it as both you, right? Because we all have DM and DF inside of us. Okay, we are both we are all the DM and the DF. And please know that my intention for this channel is to help as many people as possible get into twin flame union, help people become the highest versions of themselves, to help empower as many DFs and DMs as I can, and also to be a clear channel for the divine and have fun. Also, my intention is to connect with my viewers, so please feel free to comment, email me. I would love to know where you're all from. I'm getting all sorts of countries that I love to hear. I love to hear. I'm from the United States. I'm here in Arizona. I love to hear where everybody is from, and it's just so much fun. Okay, so let's get started. Let me put my cheat sheet away here. So what is triggering the separation for the DM? And again, if it resonates with you, you can also see yourself as the DM. Also, this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, this is a timeless reading, so when you click on it, this is the right time for you. If you click on this from a year from now, then this is your correct time to watch this video. Okay, so for the DM, what is a mirror? I just don't know why I got the fan on. What is the mirror? What is blocking? What is blocking for the DM this week? What is blocking? Okay, and then for the DF, what is blocking? What is blocking for the DF? Whoops. Okay, I got two here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So for the DM, we have longing. Interesting. So for the DM, what may be conscious or unconscious, it may be something that you are also feeling. It may be what's happening to put you out of balance. And so for the DM, we have longing, right? So the DM is longing for their DF this week. So that is a trapped emotion that we're going to look at. And for the divine feminine, we have taken for granted. The divine feminine feels taken for granted. Okay, that may be a trapped emotion. These are both trapped emotions. This also could be you on both sides. And if it is, please take messages from both sides. Perfect. All right, so let's look at longing. What do you want to say about longing? So this trapped emotion is help triggering separation. What should we know about longing for the DM? Can we have clarification, please? For the DM, we'll take two cards. Two cards for the DM on longing. Two cards. Geez, there's a big sticky deck here. Okay, jeez. Okay. Longing. Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right. So on the DM side, we have longing. Okay. First card that came out is words. So make sure I read that correctly. Words. All right. So what this is telling me is that the divine masculine is longing for some words. The divine masculine is longing for communication. The divine masculine is longing for a message from their divine feminine. If you resonate with this, then you can take it as yours. Ungrounded on the divine masculine side, we have ungrounded. So this is a mirror going on here. And so, so the divine masculine may be way up in the head and not feeling very grounded. So if you're also feeling this way, a good way to do it is just to imagine roots growing from your root chakra all the way down to the middle of the earth. okay? And you can make it as wide as your body. And then picture, the earth healing energies coming up through the roots, through your legs, up through your hips, and back into your root chakra, and fill your root chakra to the rim until it's overflowing, and cleaning and cleansing your root chakra, and then let it overflow back down the roots, whatever doesn't serve you, okay? Back down the roots into the ground, okay? So that is a nice way to ground yourself. There's many different ways to ground yourself. All right, let's look at the divine feminine side. The divine feminine side feels taken for granted. Let's learn more about this mirror. What is going on? Why is the divine feminine feeling taken for granted, please? What is going on with the divine feminine side? 2 cards, please, for the divine feminine for taken for granted. Taken for granted. Wow, okay. So we have strangely lonely, holding on way too tight. Okay. And we have Poe, and this says time to change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. Okay, Poe. Okay, so this one says time for change, to learn something new. Doesn't really have to be about technology, right? So it's also the number 7 card, so they're telling me that that's significant. So what we need to learn has to do with that. So this is about deep thinking. This has to be about being empathic, has to be with being intuitive, spiritual. It's about uncovering the mysteries, research, anything to do with metaphysical sciences, and wants to know the reason behind something, okay? So that's what you need to do, is kind of research that. Why are you being taken for granted? Like, why do you feel like you're being taken for granted? Or maybe this is something that's from an inner child. This could be inner child work. Maybe in the past you felt like you were being taken for granted. Maybe this is from your twin flame. Maybe this could be at work. But there's this trapped emotion. It doesn't always have to be about your twin flame. And maybe this is your counterpart. Maybe you resonate more with the longing. But taken for granted may be a trapped emotion inside of you that you are unconscious of. The other one is strangely lonely, holding on way too tight. So for some of you who feel like you might be being taken for granted, or also feeling alone and perhaps holding on to something, maybe whether it be this relationship, maybe too tightly, maybe whether it be a job, or whether it be something that you want, you are holding on a little too tightly. Okay, so let's go ahead and mirror this. Let's find out longing. Let's find out longing. So a longing, a lot of that has to do, longing, what that has to do with, usually it's a mirror of being attracted to something that you gave away or you no longer have. And when you long for something that's outside of you, that type of mirror, because it's about the 7 mirrors, the Essenes. I don't know if you've heard of that. You can look that up, the 7 mirrors of the Essenes. I actually wrote them in as tarot cards. I just haven't pulled them yet. But what that talks about is when you've given away something and there's something that's not inside of you anymore, you long for that thing, but in another person. If because you didn't give it back to yourself. Okay, so you have to call that back to you. So whatever it is you're longing another person, give it to yourself. It's also a longing for God. So this is what I'm learning, is that any kind of longing for another human being, since we are spiritual beings, all it is a longing to be part of source energy again. We miss being home. And so we don't know what to do with that. We don't remember that, right? And so instead we put that on another person, and we do a longing for another person. And really what we want is that longing for home is what I'm getting. Okay, but let's do the mirror here. Okay, so obviously the longing is about longing for words. And so let's see, so what do they need to give back to themselves? What are they missing inside themselves? Let's mirror it that way. Obviously, they gave something away, and they're longing for it now. What have they given away that they need to get back within themselves? Two cards, please. Two cards. And again, you can take these messages for yourself, as we are the DM and the DF as well. Interesting. Okay. So we got ambition and taboos. Interesting. I love it. Okay. That makes total sense. All right. So with the ambition card, maybe there were some ambitions that they have and they gave it away. Maybe it's because they felt like, I have to take care of my family. I have to, make money. I have to, do it this way because it's practical. And they had beautiful ambitions that they gave away, and now they long for that. And so, perhaps instead of fulfilling that longing of their ambitions, now they look for it in other people or distractions or other things, whatever those ambitions were. Okay. For practical reasons, sometimes we do give up our ambitions and then we end up longing for that and we misconstrue it into something that we long for in others. And it's really something inside ourselves that we can get back, okay? Because when we get back in twin flame union, and of course we want to be with our twin flames, it's not about longing for something where, you only get your happiness from them, because that's not the type of relationship that this is. This is a fifth dimensional relationship. And what we want is to actually feel whole on our own before getting into union. And so that brings me to taboo. So what tells me is that maybe their ambitions were considered taboo. Maybe it was considered out of the box. And, maybe their families told them that's probably not a good idea. And maybe you thought, or maybe society told you it was taboo. Something taboo, something inside of you that you were ambitious about, you were told was taboo, or you were told was probably not the right direction, and now there's a longing for that. Okay, let's do the divine feminine. Let's do the divine feminine. So that's the divine masculine. So for the divine feminine, we're going to look at taken for granted. Let's look at that. What is going on with, I don't want this to blow away. What is going on with taken for granted? Okay. Let's mirror this. How has the divine feminine taken themselves for granted? How has the divine feminine taken themselves for granted? How? How has the divine feminine taken themselves for granted? Two cards, please. Two cards. How has the divine feminine taken themselves for granted? Because this is going to help empower you, right? This is going to help you. Now you have the power to fix it, to fix any mirror whatsoever. Okay. So we have Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch. We have Count Your Blessings, which came out reversed. And we have Snow Angel, which are the signs. The signs are with you already. That's funny. Almost like scolding us. The signs are with you already. Let me make sure you can see this card. So I asked the question, how are you taking yourself for granted? This came out reversed. Well, the way you're taking yourself for granted is you're not counting your own blessings. You're not noticing your own prosperity. Instead you're seeing the lack. So when you go to a buffet table, do you focus on what's not good or do you focus on what's yummy? So they're asking you to focus on what's yummy. Count your blessings. And now there's this fierce looking lady telling us the signs are with you already. So the way you're taking yourself for granted is that you have all the signs. Okay? You have your intuition. You know the drill. You know that this is your twin flame. You know you're on the right track. Yet you still feel taken for granted. And the snow angel is saying, really? After all the signs we've given you, you're ignoring our signs. You're ignoring our synchronicities. You're ignoring our dreams. We keep trying to help you, but you're ignoring us. That is how you're taking yourself for granted. Okay, let's get some guidance though. Let's get some guidance. Can we have guidance, please? Let's get some guidance from the divine on how to help us with either longing or taken for granted. I need some guidance, please. We'll just take one card. One card on either longing or taken for granted. One of these. So I think a lot of us have both, right? I don't really think... I think both the DM and the DF feel this way. Experiencing. That is divine guidance right there. Yes. Yes. So we're being asked to experience life, experience joy, experience bliss, experience freedom, experience, your path, your mission, your journey. It's all about the experiencing. I mean, if you look at this picture, there's this woman, and it's like she is hugging this tree. Looks like she's hugging a tree with these red leaves, and she has this glow, this aura around her. It's almost like how trees have this positive energy, and so she's hugging this tree, and this positive energy is now emanating out of her. It's like she's receiving this positive energy from this tree. So it's almost like a nourishment. She's feeling nourished by this tree. So they're asking you to nourish yourself through this experience, through nature. Get out in nature, nourish yourself, experience life, experience the now. Instead of focusing on what's not there, experience, what is beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so let me just leave this out. Okay, let's get some more divine guidance, please. What other guidance do you have for us, please, for these mirrors? Guidance, please, for the DM or the DF when it comes to either taken for granted or longing. Okay, so we have Adrian. It says, Mistress of the Labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. We've gotten this card before. If you've watched my empowering of the DF videos, I now wish I did an empowering of the DM and the DF, because now I know about this mirroring thing, and that they also were suffering as much as the DF. I didn't know that. I thought the DFs were the only ones that suffered. I really did believe that. I really did. But now I know better. So with the DF and the DM, just know that when you are one with your soul and you let your soul guide you, that is who knows the way. So always be talking to your soul, embody your soul, call out to your soul, communicate with your soul, and that is the only way through this labyrinth. So everyone's in this maze, right? Everyone's getting... You ever go through one of those Halloween mazes where you're trying to find your way out of the madness? Well, the only way to find the way out of the madness is through your soul, is through the divine. Okay, so let's do another card for guidance, please. Can I have another card for guidance, please? I feel like it's not shuffling. I feel like it's all stuck together. Can I have one card, please? Can I have divine guidance for the DM and the DF here? What do we got here? Positive energy. It says, surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. Just know that everything has a vibrational set point. And so instead of surrounding yourself with, I don't know, maybe news or people who are in fear, surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with this, nature, that which gives you positive energy. Okay, so that's what you surround yourself with. Follow your bliss, do your blissipline, surround yourself with beautiful candles, maybe oil diffusers, whatever comforts of the home that make you feel good about life. okay, that is going to help you, because that is another way that you're taking yourself for granted, right? You're not nourishing yourself, you're not nourishing your soul. Instead, you're taking yourself for granted. And now people, not even just your twin flame, but people have no choice but to mirror that back to whatever's inside of you. And when you feel like you're being taken for granted by people, it doesn't have to be your twin flame. Again, it could be a trapped emotion that's unconscious or in your subconscious, or it could be from your children, it could be from past relationships. If it's trapped inside of you, unfortunately, that needs to be brought to awareness. You could do the emotion code, look up the emotion code online. It's very easy. Basically, just take a magnet to the meridian, which goes from your forehead to the nape of your neck. You do that 3 times and you release the trapped emotions. But it's good to get the awareness as to why you feel that way first. Okay, and now I think we're good. I think we're just about done here. I'm trying to think if there's anything, maybe I'll get any other messages that they want us to know here. Anything else they want us to know here? Yeah. So also what they're saying is sometimes your own thoughts, okay, it's really not true. Maybe it's just your own thoughts that make you think that you're being taken for granted, or it's on your own thoughts that you're longing and you think there's a lack of something when really there is no lack of something. Something is there loving you as much as you are. And then sometimes pride gets in the way. Maybe it's pride. And pride also may make you feel like you're being taken for granted. Okay. So what I also want to do is I've been kind of reading the 10 steps on how to get into twin flame union. And so last time we said connect to your twin flame by sending loving energy. So this one's about balancing out your divine masculine and divine feminine energies, right? So you just want to integrate your DM and DF, especially because you're both. And so we've all kind of paid attention to one side. Honestly, in my lifetime, I have mostly paid attention to my DM side. I did not empower my DF really at all, okay? Because the DF is about being, intuitive. The DF is all about being like yin, like peaceful, being still, meditating. Yin is about being peaceful. It's about going with the flow, feeling, okay, being, allowing, surrendering. Not me though. That was not me whatsoever. I'm all about forward going, assertive. I mean, doing, right? Doing, action, creation. And that's not a bad thing. Because that the male, the spiritual male, and the earthly male is masculine, not male. They have nothing to do with gender. Spiritual masculine and the earthly masculine are very important to balance out, and very good qualities of being the spiritual masculine, right? Because if you have the spiritual masculine, you're focused, you're committed, you have direction, you're forward going, you're organized. All right. But the divine feminine has been kind of like pushed down and suppressed in society as a whole. And so that is something we need to do to balance ourselves out. Do those yin practices, right? To get your yin in balance. And that will help you get back into twin flame union with your divine counterpart. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. I am very grateful to all of you. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear where you're all from. And I love you all. Thank you so much for clicking on this channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.